Stop waiting for some stupid miracle, thinking that it's going to save your life, thinking that all your problems are going to disappear. Everything, all the problems, everything you have, work, business, school, essay you have to write, bullshit, that, gym, everything. No one's going to come and save you. Look, you can take advice, you can learn about things, you can, educate yourself, pay for education, you can pay for mentors, tutors, and everything. They're going to help you, but they're not going to save you. The only person who can save you is yourself. Now, the way to do it is to just take action. I see literally so many people overthink this, they overthink that. Oh, why should I do this? Oh, what if this doesn't work out? Oh, what if that doesn't work out? I used to do that myself, okay? And it never worked out. The best way for me is literally just do it. Just take action. Just start the thing that you don't want to do. People call it eat the frog. And the analogy goes as you have a delicious meal, alright? But you have to eat a frog. So are you going to eat that before or after the meal? If you eat it after the meal, you're eating the meal, and the whole time you can't really enjoy the meal because you're thinking about that last thing you have to do, which is eat the frog. Now, if you eat the frog before the meal, you get that gross, yucky stuff out the way. And then you get this delicious meal that you're excited for. Now, that's the same thing in life. Do the hardest tasks at the start. Let's say you hate going to the gym. Go to the gym at the start of the day. Do whatever task you have first. So then it's not like, oh, I still got to go to the gym at 5. For me, the most hardest task was usually going to the gym. Now it's not. Now it's not the hardest task, but for me, I literally enjoy it. I like it. So I do recording videos at the start of the day because that's when I feel more fresh. That's when I feel more, I feel better. I just woke up. My body isn't digesting food or anything. It doesn't have to work twice. It's ready. It's alert. But the first thing I do is meditate because I don't really like meditating. So that's the first thing I do in my day, so I get it out the way. And then the day's chill. So basically do the hardest task at the start. And stop thinking of this bullshit that some miracle's gonna happen, because it never will, alright? It never did. It never did to me, it never will to anyone else, because it's never happened to anybody. Yeah, you can win a lotto, but the chances of that are like in the billions. You have a better chance of succeeding in entrepreneurship, discipline, because the percentages aren't in the 0 point something, they're in the whole numbers, then winning a lotto. So why not actually do something? And plus, when you succeed, you'll have so many stories, and you'll have the journey that got you to the point. That's why I think gym is the number one best delayed gratification task. It gives you discipline. It gives you a sense of purpose. But most of all, let's say, look, I've been working out for about close to 3 years now. I've been on and off. Last 6 months, I've been fully into it. I have seen so much progress in the last 6 months. Of course, I've seen progress before that as well, but at these last 6 months, I've seen the most progress. I am so happy to my younger self that he actually decided, he was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna do something for my body. I always look back with happiness. And of course, I wouldn't be at this point if it wasn't throughout the journey, Like, I'm grateful for the journey that got me here. Because, it's not easy. Like, I remember going into a gym, all right? Each time I hit bench press, I remember that day when I just got up, I think it was 40 kgs. I just bench pressed 40 kgs and I was like, whoa, that's heavy. It took me so long to bench a plate. Now I bench 120 kilos. That's like, I think, 260 pounds. Something like that. So, good shit take time, brother. They're not gonna happen overnight, let me tell you that. Good shit take time, and it's sad to say, but I see a lot of people, and I hear it from people that when I do these videos, they enjoy the stories. They like to laugh, they like to sit there, they like to enjoy the stories, which I find great. But when it comes to actually taking action and listening to the advice, it's like they turn their brain off. Because it's like, I just want the entertainment. I want the dopamine. I want this to fry my receptors. I don't actually want to take action. I don't want to do. I am happy where I am. It's just a coping mechanism. And I was the same when I was younger. I was actually just playing video games, watching porn, jacking off, doing nothing with my life. When I actually decided to go to the gym and start like eating more like a bodybuilder, I saw changes. Of course, it wasn't big because I was still like fucking myself over with like video games and porn and shit. But it was a change. It was something better. I'm sorry, but these days, if you're a guy and you don't go to the gym, something is wrong with you. Because you literally get so much. I would say gym gives you one of the most like ROIs back. You can attract females. You just get respect by other males, all right? You walk into any room, you just gain respect. You talk to any stranger, you already gain respect because you're jacked. It's the truth. And I see it on myself when I'm talking to two people, all right? One maybe isn't as intelligent as the other. The other's maybe got some fucking degree bullshit, working on some railroads, going to Australia, or working on some tunnels and shit, and he's explaining to me how they've built this. I don't respect him as much as some guy who's literally, I don't know, studying some bullshit or trying to like make a business, but he's jacked. Our subconscious minds will instantly respect the person who works out than the person who doesn't, because they're actually looking after themselves. Let me give you an analogy, right? Who would you go into business with? The fat guy or the jack guy? You would probably pick the jack guy because he takes care of himself. The fat guy's there, I don't give a fuck about myself. I just want to do this. The jack guy is like, I care about this so much, but I also care about my body, because he knows that being healthy is literally one of the best things. It's the same thing with the car analogy. If someone gives you a red Ferrari and they say, this is the only car you will have for your entire life, that person is going to wash it every single week. They're going to vacuum it. They're going to wax it. They're going to clean it. They're probably going to put ceramic coating on it to make sure it's protected. They're probably going to park it in a garage. We only got one body. Now, a lot of people don't realize this. We are given a gift by God. We are born into this world with one body. Why fuck it up? Why fuck it up with fast food? Why fuck it up with a bunch of shit? When you can go to the gym, you can work out, you can be healthier. It's a discipline, bro. It's gonna literally build you discipline, because there are gonna be days that you don't want to go, all right? I'm not gonna say it's easy, because it's not. There are days you don't want to go to the gym, but just pick yourself up and go. And you are gonna build that discipline. You're gonna expand your comfort zone. And that comfort zone, it's not just in the gym. It expands to other things in life as well. And then, of course, like myself, I look back and I just think of my younger self and I'm like, man, I'm so happy I started working out. There's this feeling when you're at the gym and you're hitting like chest cables in front of the mirror, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's like you're basically one with a muscle. It's like, it's these feelings that you have to really experience for your own to understand. But it's not going to happen overnight, brother. It'll take months to years to actually get a good physique that you're happy with. And of course, then when you start working out, you're going to be happy, but you're going to be, you're going to be chasing more and more gym, because like, it's basically true that you get to a point where you're like, I'm never happy and I just want to get better and better and better. Another point is, stop chasing women, chase success. Now, there's a difference between chasing women and chasing success. Chasing women, it has never worked out, all right? It has never worked out for men. You chase women and the women run away from you. Now, it's so true. Like, I can't explain it even more. And, if you're an attractive guy, you might have experienced that, when you go some places or someone, it doesn't happen often, but sometimes like girls are into you and they're just like, you can feel like they just need something from you. It's like they want your number, they want your Instagram, they want to dance with you. Something like that. And it gives you this like sort of represent feeling towards them. You're like, ew. I had this when I was in a club in Barcelona. I was just dancing, vibing, and this girl, she was probably a little bit older than me. She was like asking me like a bunch of shit, and I was like, I just want to dance, leave me alone, like. And then she's like asking for my Instagram, like asking for this, asking for that, asking how old I am, asking where I'm from, asking this. And it's just like, she needed something from me. She didn't just enjoy like the club. She was just there. She needed something. And it repelled me so much. I was like, God, just leave me alone. And I understand why women say that, neediness from a guy is the most like unattractive thing, is that she's just like a mood killer on the spot. And it's because guys are chasing women. Of course, us men, we go to clubs for girls. For me, it's half the reason it's girls, half the reason is to have fun. I'd say it's more leaning to the fun. I'm not trying to cope, I'm just being honest. And when I have so much fun, it is so easy to talk to girls. It is so easy to like dance with girls, kiss girls, talk to girls. It's just chill. There were these three like girls, and me and my friend, I was like, oh my God. I literally said, bro, they look easy as, let's go talk to them. So I just go up to them. I just compliment her. I start talking, and they're like, oh, it's our first time here in this club. I think they were a little older than us. I was like, oh, okay, let's go dance, let's just go have fun, dance. They're like, all right, after we get a drink. So they get a drink. Me and my friend, I'm like, okay, fuck, let's get a drink. So I got a Red Bull. We go to the dance floor, and they're there. They're sipping on their drinks, not even dancing. We come up to them, we start dancing, and they just weren't it. Like, they were not having fun whatsoever. They weren't dancing. They were just standing there. And I told my friend, I was like, these girls are boring. Let's go dance by ourselves. So they leave, we leave, and we just had so much fun. Now, I could tell you countless of stories how, like, I start dancing with a girl. I could probably escalate, but I just wasn't feeling it. Like, same thing in real life. I was on a date with a girl, and yeah, I probably could have gotten something, but I just didn't want to. Now, that's the alpha move, is if you don't want it, stop waiting around. Stop making yourself look like you need something from this person. Just leave. Just leave and go do something else, because that girl's going to think about you more. She's going to be like, oh, hold on. He's not like every other guy who's just standing around waiting for me to like ask him, shall we go shag in the bushes or some bullshit like that. I don't know. So literally, for me, when I got the most women is when I chased myself, when I chased the fun in the club, when I'm chasing my purpose, when I'm chasing the gym. It's never when I'm chasing women. And so many guys need to realize this, because yes, my younger self should have known this, is stop chasing that one woman in school. Stop always like trying to get something from her. If she doesn't want it, move on. Chase yourself, because trust me, they notice it, they see it. And they're going to be more attracted to you than to some guy who's always chasing them. Now, I want to say that my younger self, it would have helped so much if he would have become red-pilled. This advice is like to my younger self. So, you know, once it's not a dark world, but it's a different world when you become red-pilled. It opens the world, because the whole point of becoming red-pilled is controlling your lust. It's not becoming a beta male, blue-pilled bitch and just literally just doing everything you can in your power to get like sex. You are the prize. You know, people hate on red pill. They say, no, but don't you want a wife? Don't you want kids? Yes. You do that through the red pill. It's simple. You do that through the red pill, because red pill is a choice. It's basically your choice of doing what you want to do in life. If there's a date and you don't want to go on the date, don't go on the date. If there's a date, you're on the date and you get bored, don't be like a blue beta male and just like stay there and, you know, be bored. Just leave. Excuse yourself politely. Now, I'm not saying when you're red pill, you're a completely dickhead. Yeah, you can be an arsehole, and girls will tend to like the arsehole more, but you can also be a gentleman. There's a difference between like how you want to be, and it literally differs in what situation you're going to be in. Plus, you are more likely and you're more able to control your lust. Look, honestly, I say control your lust, but if we think about it, I don't think any man can control his lust. Yes, you can stop fapping, you can stop porn, but you're always going to be lustful for sex. And I think it's better to just admit it. Like, we're men, all right? Our number one desire is sex. So, of course, we're going to want it. Of course, it's normal to want sex. Don't put it away. Don't think like, oh, I shouldn't have sex. Sex is bad for me. Look, whatever beliefs you have, follow that. I'm just saying that when you're red-pilled, you are more likely to control your lust, because you're not fapping. You're not indulging in porn. You're not doing this dumb adult shit. All right? You're basically like becoming yourself. I'm a man who wants sex. I'm going to get sex. It's simple like that. And then it's up to you what path you want to go down in. If you want to be that asshole guy who gets all the girls, or if you want to be that gentleman who still gets those girls. It depends on you. Because simplified, what red pill is literally you do whatever the fuck you want to do. And, you know, for me, it's way easier to talk to girls, because you're not like talking to some girl and then you're over obsessing over her. The whole point is getting an abundance, all right? You get an abundance of women. When you get a abundance of women, it is so hard to overthink on some small girl, because you have so many of them. So why would you overthink of this girl who basically didn't give you attention when, I don't know, Sarah's giving you more attention and she's like, oh, you want to go out tonight? And you're like, yeah, sure. You go out with Sarah and you actually have a fun time. And then let's say she wants a relationship. Let's say you don't. So you say, sorry, Sarah, I don't want a relationship. This is what I do. You hold frame. She likes it or she doesn't. She leaves. It's fine. Because then you have Bethany. All right? Now, there comes a time where you have to know when is it enough. You don't just want to be going on dates every single day, wasting your time, because we are chasing ourselves. Look, I think a date once a week is perfect. If you have a date once a week, if you fuck once a week, that's perfect. Because yeah, studies show that men need to like have sex, that it's literally better for them, better for us. So, you know, that's my view, is that like date once a week is perfect. And having sex once a week is perfect. Of course, you don't want your week revolving around this. Like we say, you are the prize for the woman. And lastly, I wish that my younger self knew was creating a good high social circle. Sorry guys, my throat is fucked, but I'm gonna try to finish this. When you have a bunch of good guys on the same journey as you, it is so much easier to succeed, because you are climbing up while your boys are climbing up, and there's gonna be this. And when there's this, you pull them up. When there's this, they pull you up. You're pulling each other to the top. It is so much better than having some shit friends who are doing jack shit in their lives. And they're just telling you, oh, why are you even trying? Like, oh, you know it's impossible to succeed. Oh, why are you trying to become a millionaire? Why this? Why that? These are useless people just trying to pull you down. People that want the same shit as you, you're more likely to succeed with people around you, because A, you're always talking about it, you're always thinking about it. And, you know, for me and the boys, we're going to Bali next year. So we're like, fuck yeah, we're going to Bali for a month. We're going to ride jet skis. We're going to work on our business. We're going to meditate. We're going to gratitude journal. We're probably going to do MMA. Of course we're going to go out. But this stuff is fun for me, you know, going into a villa with the boys, eating healthy. I already imagine the steaks, you know, making these videos, grinding our purpose. Like, that's fun for me. And so it is for my boys. So, of course, we're more likely to succeed than if you go with your friends somewhere and you guys are just drinking, watching reels, you know, scrolling, doing nothing with your life, because that's going to be far more boring. People say, how do you enjoy life when you just like are on self-improvement? Self-improvement is fun life. I enjoy making these videos. I enjoy scripting it because I live this. I live this life that I teach. So it is so fun for me, and that's why I can do it. You know, of course, there are people like, I mean, I don't understand how you can work some job for 40 years that you absolutely hate. And then people say, you know, don't worry about money. Money's bullshit. Okay, well, you're selling your life to go make money that you don't even enjoy. You don't even enjoy the work. Why not do something you love where you can become fucking rich? So don't have those friends around you. They call it crab friends. Don't have those friends that like pull you down. Keep going up. Look, I know, keep going up until you succeed with those friends. If there's friends that pull you down, just cut them off. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out, brother.